evening, gamers! Welcome back to Hellstormwargaming. My name's Mikey. Welcome, and thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're doing great. And it's a big day because it's Codex Day, baby. We can fit so many combos into this bad boy. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me know who you are and where you're watching from right this second. My camera's just on a bit of a squint. Ooh, ooh, ooh. We're nearly there, we're nearly there. It's a big day. It's an exciting one today. It's a very much an exciting one. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. But this month is a really, really big month, chat. I don't know if you knew. I don't know if you actually knew. But it's a really big month. Some of you might know why. Some of you might not know why. But, yeah, it's been a bit scary. I'm just wondering why my alerts haven't popped up. Thank you so much, Aaron, for becoming a member. Thank you so much, Aaron. Thanks for joining the channel. You can join the channel as well for as little as £1.99 a month. And that'd be really sick. That'd be really cool. And we're trying to hit 10 every single stream. If we do hit 10, we're going to give away a prize. So consider becoming a member today. That would be really epic. You get to join our Discord. And if you're already a member, you can gift a sub and let someone else join the Discord for 30 days. Anyway. Codex Day was Saturday. Mate, this Codex is on pre-order for 2 weeks. You think I want to milk it? You're going to think I'm blowing my load on Saturday? You know? I'm going to milk this for 2 weeks, brother. Is it your birthday? No, it's not my birthday. It's not my birthday. But why is it a big day or big month? It's because I'm doing something really stupid. I'm running Hellstorm's largest event ever. I don't know if have I told you about this event. I don't know if I remember if I did. The Super All-Stars is this month. Chat, please help. The Super All-Stars is this month. It's happening on the 28th and 29th of October in Sheffield. As you can see, 120 players. I think we're about 100 players now. 5 terrain types, cash prizes, golden tickets. It's going to be amazing, and you need to go. There's 5 bars. There's 5 bars. I don't know what else I can tell you, okay? If you don't want to become a member, you're not a member, or you're already a member and you've got a little bit of extra cash and you want a cool holiday away with the boys, come and join the boys club and grab yourself a ticket today. I said they're going fast. There's not a lot left, but it'd be really cool to have you. And I am happy to announce that I am collecting everyone's emails to let them know, but the new codex I'm holding right now will be being used at this event, okay? You heard it here first. Breaking news. Wait for it. Where is it? Breaking news. Breaking news. Breaking news. Okay? You heard it here first, chat. Okay? Whew. Breaking news, chat. The Space Marine Codex is allowed at the Hellstorm All-Stars event, okay? The Hellstorm All-Stars event will take the new Codex to the ball, okay? Okay. Mercenary Q, thank you so much for 5 gifted. Oh my god. That's so kind of you, mate. Thank you so much. Oh, mate, you're a fucking star. Thank you, mate. You're an absolute legend. You're an absolute legend. Thank you so much, matey. You're a fucking babe. You're an absolute legend. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. We've also had Riverside become a member as well. Make sure you say hello, Riverside. Thanks for joining the channel, mate. Make sure you join the Discord. Jordan McKellen, 19 months. Tom MVP, best Warhammer player. He's not bad. He's not bad, is he? Can you break the assault detachment? Yes, I can. I'm 30 next week. Can you break the Dark Angels? Well, happy 9 months, Jake. And also, happy 30 for next week, buddy. I can break the Dark Angels. Don't you worry. I've got it in check. Don't worry. Also, Big C, let's go, baby. Let's go, Big C. Thank you so much for the gifted as well. There we go. Let's end it already. What's going on? What's going on? This is so cool. Thank you so much. If you've just become a member, make sure you say thank you. That, you know, someone else has let you join our Discord for free for 30 days, but they are going to call you Paul. So it's like, oof, I don't know. It's like Valrat, but nicer face, better accent, and great hair. Yeah, better, higher IQ, well-educated, knows what he's on about, funnier, more dashing, more good-looking. Yeah, it's all those. Yeah, exactly like Valrak, except for those bits, you know? Big C, that's 2 months in a row. Oh, Barry, welcome, mate. Welcome, mate. He can read words as well, unlike Valrak. I can't read dice, but I can read words. So it's like... Bloody hell, what's going on? Who knows? Who knows? Mercenary Q with the weekly 5 gifted. Mercenary is very generous to the channel. There's a lot of very generous people, and all of those are green names, okay? Doesn't matter if it's 1 membership that you have every single month, 5, 10, you're all really, really generous. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. But I am poor, but Crypt Shadow, you're doing a great job. All you gotta do then is you gotta tell everyone to like the stream. If you can't afford to become a member or gift a member, just tell everyone to like the stream. And then share with your friends, you know? You can read words beside Devastating Wounds when a Thunderhammer has it. Listen, can't read dice. That's the same as... That's the same, okay? Please don't tell them about the super secret Blood Angels tech, Jamartin. I'm telling everybody all of the tech. All of the tech. Okay. Oh my! Oh, I gotta stand up for this. Oh my god. I see the chief coming in with the 10 gifted. Ladies and gentlemen, I have another cool, exciting announcement, because you are all very lucky ducks. Because one, I see the chief is legend and just gifted 10 of you a free membership for 30 days. But also, you are going to be lucky enough to meet I see the chief on stream this Friday as I hand his ass to him in a game of Warhammer 40k. Let's go, baby! I see the chief in the house. He's going to come down. He's going to come play a game. He's going to bring his Astra Militarum, and we're going to have an excellent game using the new Codex this weekend. This Friday at 8 PM. I like how the camera slow pans up. Yeah, it's because it's attached to a table, mate. You know, I can put it wherever. Don't it slide down? I don't put it up. Don't I put it up, down? For some reason it stops. I can put it here. This is the camera angle now. Look at my shirt. That's it. This is where we're at. So I see the chief is going to be joining us this Friday on stream. So that's the plan this week. This week we've got today. We're going to break the Space Marine Codex. On Wednesday, we're going to be painting more terrain for the All Stars event happening at the end of the month. I don't know if I mentioned. This is happening at the end of the month, okay? It's very scary. I'm going to lose a lot of money, so I could really do with this selling out. Can we, like, meet you at the All Stars event, or will you be too busy? No, you can definitely come and meet me at the All Stars event. You can come up and say hello, you know, and also I will just be fucking around all weekend. Do you think it's just a Warhammer tournament? It's not, okay? I'm running this tournament. I'm going to be annoying you all weekend, okay? It's going to be amazing. Right? But also then, on Wednesday we're going to be painting terrain. I've got a whole bunch more built. I've got loads more. I actually painted another bunch of sets the other day as well. But then Friday, I seen a chief who was absolute legend who just coming in gifted 10. We're gonna be playing a game on stream, so that's the plan. That's the plan. Okay, let's do a giveaway. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? Let's do a giveaway. See, Nick's taken all the new stuff, even though I don't want most of it. I was like, I didn't really want the chaplain, but Nick's taken it. Okay, let me grab something off the shelf. Okay. I tried to talk to you at first, but I looked super focused, so I didn't want to disturb. When I'm playing a game, like in a tournament, it's a bit more difficult. When I'm running the event, I'm going to be running about doing stuff, but it's going to be like, there's going to be a lot more time. A lot more time to come say hello. Right, let me grab a price. One sec. It's a good one. It's a good one, chat. I hope you're ready. Got it. Sorry, I had to grab it off the shelf. I knew where it was, but I couldn't find it. Okay. Meet and greet at the bar for his 06 scan. I'll buy a ticket if you will buy me a plane ticket, pay for my hotel, transport, make all my exams. Sadly, I can't make it. That's going to be a bugger. He doesn't do much at tournaments. He delegates to his better qualified counterparts. You know what, Icy Chief? You're so right to say it, mate. You're so right to say it. Right, we're going to give away a limited edition. Camotep the Crooked. Woo! The best plastic cryptek that known to man. I actually bought this one for my Sandstone army, and I'm going to give it away to you guys now. How's this sound? A limited edition. Camotep the Crooked. I mean, he's a nice model. He's got a staff of light. He's very crooked, and he's limited edition. I don't. How much is this worth? Watch it be worth like 300 quid. I'm still giving it away. Right, let me have a look on eBay. Right, okay. Camotep the Crooked. Okay, search. Oh my god. Guys, they're all like 70 quid. Boys, they're all like 70 pounds. Oh, come on, that's how I was going to give this away. They're like 70 quid each. What the fuck? What have I done? Oh, gamers, what have I done? Right, okay. One of the most expensive models on the market is being given away right now. God damn. Okay, right, let's get Nightbot open, baby. Woof. Cocked up there. All I saw was sold for £70. All right, what shall we do? What keyword? Someone shout a keyword. We want Brother Virgin. I gave away Brother Virgin. Right, someone give me a keyword for my fuck up. A £70 Necron character for free to your house. Woof. Especially put Warhammer. Warhammer would be good. Regret's better. Okay, 1 second. Exclamation point, regret. Oh, yes, you are so right to say it, to be honest. You know what? You're so right to say it. All right, okay, let's give away this miniature by typing exclamation point regret in chat as it says on screen. I will ship this anywhere in the world for free. At my expense. This Necron character is worth around £70 on eBay, but I showed it you before checking that. So I was like, I'm a man of the people, you know? I'm a man of great integrity, okay? I wasn't about to sit here and go, oh, actually, no, it's worth too much. I'm not going to give it away. No, I am going to give it away. However, I do need to specify, it is free to enter and it is free to receive the prize. However, if you are one of our lovely green name members, as you can see that are spamming exclamation point regret on screen right now, you have 10 times more chances. You are 10 times more likely to win the giveaway as described by this blue line here. Regulars, which is grey names cringe. Okay, we could change that to grey name cringe. Grey name cringe, get no extra luck. Oh, no. No extra luck. Sorry. We all got a little bit. It was a little bit exciting, I know, but no. However, channel member luck. If you are a channel member, which means your green name, little as £1.99 a month. We've had a bunch today, but we could get more. There's no limit. You are 10 times more likely to win. Okay? That's just how it works. That's the easiest way I can do it, you know? Free to enter, members are more likely. In all fairness, this could be a double loss for you if I beat you on Friday. Listen, don't be silly, okay? Don't be silly. Okay? So if you are green name, you're in. 10 chances. Okay? If you are grey name, why don't you become a green name for as little as £1.99? That's like buying a raffle ticket for 20p, by the way. It's like buying 10 raffle tickets for 20p each. That's how cheap it is. It's actually cheaper than that. It's 10 raffle tickets for 19.9p. But specifically, it is free to enter to anyone who's watching. So thanks so much for tuning in. The plan today, we're going to talk all about the Space Marine Codex. Because obviously it came out on Saturday. Thanks to Games Workshop for sending it through. Hashtag ad, hashtag sponsored, hashtag not sponsored, hashtag received it for free. Shame there isn't a slider for where UK get 100% luck to cut your postage cost. No, so we have terms and conditions. I should really make sure they're linked. Hellstorm P and C. Wargaming. I have like terms and conditions, but I can't remember where they are. I thought I had them as command, but I don't think I have. So if you are outside the UK, like Australia, you'll receive a prize of equal value, and I've valued it at 70. So you get a 70 quid voucher for Games Workshop or something, but like in your money, not 70 bucks. What are you regretting? The fact that I didn't look how much this model is worth before I said I was going to give it away. Someone's just going to get 70 quid they can put straight on eBay and get the money for it. That's the regret, chap. That's the regret. So yeah, we're going to go through the Space Marine Codex. I've broken it down for you because I'm going to break it for you because that's what I do. That's my shtick now. I break the Codex. It seems to work. Everyone else gets really mad, and you know what? I don't care. So we're going to break the Codex, and then we're going to talk a little bit about what's happening for the rest of the week, what I've been up to. We're going to talk about... Did you watch the game? Who watched the game? Spam. You still didn't give away. Keep spamming regret. Exclamation regret in chat, then I'll ask. $70 Zimbabwe dollars. That is cheap for yourself. Alright, let's have a look. Who's not in? I've got a list here, chat. A big list like this, look. A big list. If your name is on here, you have talked in chat. You're a chatter. That's what we call you. You're a chatter. If you got a blue thing next to you, that means you're in. If you've not got a blue thing next to you, you're not in. Okay? You have to type exclamation point regret. Decknull. Decknull, you won too much from me. But yes, you are in. You are in, mate. So if you got a little blue thing next to your name, you are in. If you don't have a blue thing next to your name, you are not in. I'm not going to read them all out. You just have to wait till I scroll. Okay? And that's it. That's everybody. Okay? Exclamation point regret. That's all you have to do. Easy as that. Very easy. Very simple. Very, very simple. If you haven't done it by now, you aren't in. Because you're useless. You can't follow very basic instructions. You don't deserve to win the prize. I probably should tap on my microphone. That was silly, wasn't it? Sorry. Fuck yeah, I did. What an LGT it was. What's every live game? What? Okay, we're gonna call the giveaway now. I expect better service in this. Gotta read out all those names. Took people like 30 min when there were 13 to think of them. Right. Here we go. Is everyone ready? You ready? I'm gonna read out your name. If I don't read out your name, you're not in. AG, Alfiel, Andrew Ligoricos, Andy Evans, Andy Techdad, Aaron Joandil, Barry Caldwell, Big C, Bob Ezel, Calvin, Captain Jim Jam, Casper Light, Conga, Stewie, Crossbization, Crib Shadow, Cuz 40k, D2 Silent Noise, Datsun Des, David Irving, David J, DWJLH, Decknull, Ava Type 01, great username, Farron Bayuri, Forge, Free Radio Armageddon, Fury and Ginger Steve, Grimgar, Grimslayer, Hatman Rich, Ian Barnfield, Infernus, Jackwan, James Davey, Jamie Dannett, Jason Sterick, John Dale, John Dubois, Kairas, Kyle, Lambo, Lord Nerdbane, Lord Gitface, Lost for Words, Lyle Torok, Mac, Mad Larkin, Mardy Marv, Jamartin, Matty Doyle, Mercenary Q, Mike, Necros, No, Jetangle, STO, Off Grid, Everything, Patrick Bennett, Phil Bird, Sila Cabert, Redline, Riverlow, Rick Roberts, Rimini, Riverside, Saltism, Skiffy, Scott, Sean Capewell, Stanley Pedal, Stu Holmes, The Iceni Chief, The Kira25, Throck Media, Tom Williams, Trolling Creator, Trick Chloro, 2D6, Ultraman Vile, Parika, Warp Time, Warp Spider, Will Bevitz, Will Hobson, Woot Bear, Zach Day, and Anime Man. If I did not read your name, you are not in the giveaway. Okay? I'm out of breath now. Alright. We're going to draw in 3, 2, 1. Congratulations, Riverside Miniatures. You've just won Camotech the Crooked. Are you still there, brother? Riverside, baby! Who's just become a member today. A resub, I believe. I did read everyone's name. If you didn't type it or you wasn't there, I did read your name or you didn't enter. Wow, I win nothing. If you win nothing, I'll redraw if you want. It's fine, Riverside. Congratulations, mate. If you didn't enter, you feel the regret now. Congratulations, Riverside Miniatures. You've just won the Warhammer Commemorative Series Camotep the Crooked from me. So drop me a message on Discord. Get me your address. If you don't contact me within the week, I will re-give it away. I'll give it to someone else. But congratulations, buddy. Thanks for supporting the channel. Really appreciate it. Thanks to everyone who supported the channel. Very kind of you. I guess I missed something. You just missed a free prize. Every time we hit 10 members, we give away a prize. Grand First Reserve. Why do you want this? Is it because it's worth loads of money? I probably should have checked how much it worth before I said I was going to give it away. But, you know, never mind. So you've just won Riverside. So drop me a message if you could, please. If you are not in our Discord, then please join. Especially on Discord. Use a screenshot from the video of the eBay listing. Andy, thank you so much for gifting that membership, buddy. That's really kind of you. Look at that, we're almost at 20.
Gifted member.
Thanks so much, mate. Giveaways are fun. Giveaways are fun. I enjoy giving away stuff. It's just a little thank you. I'm just giving away stuff that I have on the shelf, you know, that I've accumulated over the years. But if you guys enjoy it, if you're going to use it, then that's really cool. And it's just a way of saying thanks for hitting 10 members, you know. 10 memberships is like, it's actually not, it's like, I know I'm annoying when I ask, but like, compared to like other channels, it's not actually a great deal, but it's also like a huge difference on the income of the channel. It's like a safety net for me. It's really, really helpful, really, really good. So I do really appreciate everyone who gifted. And anyone who gifts, you know, is really, really kind of you. I do really appreciate it. And it does, again, it just helps keep the lights on. And I really, like, YouTube ad revenue is super down. And, like, views can, like, really fluctuate. And sponsors and stuff like that are very helpful. But they aren't super consistent all the time. And what is consistent is the generosity of viewers who gift memberships all the time. So thank you so much. If you enjoy what I do, they're literally the best way you can support me. Whether you do it on a live stream, whether you do it on a video, whether you just do it because you want to. But anyway, it's the best way. So, he's gifted his pile of shame away. You know what? So what? Trolling Cleaner. Thank you so much for the 5, mate. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. That's very generous of you, mate. Thank you so much, Trolling Cleaner. Absolute legendary human. Thank you so much, guys. Godge, Alex, Paul Pilgrim, Karen Commissar, Lorenzo, Del Prate. Make sure you say thank you to Trolling Cleaning. You're poor, you're a freeloader, but you can join our Discord for free. That's what's important. What is the song? This one's Gerudo Valley, Lo-Fi. The one before was a new one I've added, actually. It is Nelwood, Make a Move. Thank you so much, Trolley Cleaner. You're a star, mate.
Member.
The more green names, the better. The more green names, the better. That's what's important, you know? That's what makes the huge difference. It's all the green names. Also, Kyle, thanks so much for the 10, brother. Thank you so much for the 10, Kyle. That's really kind of you. Love what you do, thanks. I love when you support me and say thanks. So thank you to you. Thanks for tuning in, mate. Very kind of you. Do you get a better split from donos or subs? So like YouTube takes 30% of anything that they take from them. The best way to support me, I believe it's in the description. If you wanted to like donate, is to like use the tips like in the description. There's the streamelements.com/hellstormwargaming/tip. That's like the most direct and the one that receives the least amount of cuts. That's just kind of like paying me through PayPal, and it gets a notification on stream if you follow the instructions. There's like a AI thing, so you can like do like make Donald Trump do a text to speech and stuff like that. It's quite fun. So yeah.
Love what you do.
Oh, there it is. Thanks so much, Kyle. Really appreciate it, buddy. You are the best Warhammer YouTuber, period. I wouldn't say so. Mercenary, I wouldn't say so, but you're very kind to say. You're very kind to say. Thank you for all the support, mate. Who won the giveaway? It was Riverside Miniatures. When I have a mortgage to pay for my night, I'll sort you out a tenner. You're very kind, Manny Marv. Raffle tickets are a good way to support. Yeah, we will be doing a big raffle at the event. I'm giving away a lot of stuff at the Hellstorm All-Stars. A lot. Some of it is from a pile of shame, but some of it is really cool. But yeah, thank you so much, everyone. You've all been really, really generous. We haven't even started yet. We haven't even started. But who tuned into the bar report that we released yesterday? Well, I released yesterday. Featuring myself and Tom and Mr. Lambo on deck. Lambo's doing a great job. I've trained him into the ultimate camera operator. He's been very good. But yesterday, we released a battle report called New Codex Space Marine. You'll never believe it. Does Lambo even know the Lambo? No, but we're trying. So I keep promoting his commission painting. It was a great afternoon viewing, got me through work. You had the sexy co-host, which means everyone viewed it. I mean, it's pretty good. Now, I did edit it. Because I've obviously been prepping for the tournament, I've not had really a lot of time to, like, super digest the codex. But, like, we managed to film this battle report, and then I, like, had to, like, speed edit it, which is why I didn't release it on Saturday. But also, I think it's actually performed way better not releasing it on Saturday morning, because everyone releases one on Saturday morning, which means that your notifications are flooded with all the same content. And it's also, like, no one watches YouTube on Saturday morning. So... but yeah, it was pretty fun. I quite like that we had like a couple of issues filming it, but I think overall the format's super nice. It's just quite funny because basically we recorded it via OBS, right? So like all of this bit is like, it should be 1080p, but it's actually like closer to 720p. I'm actually wearing the same shirt. I don't own any other t-shirts, but I'll bar my own merch. But yeah, it should have been 1080p. You can see it's a little bit grainy, but it's very funny because we got like this little grainy intro, and the rest of it you can see plenty. You know what I mean? It's just like it's not what I want it to be. But like viewer wise, it's probably fine. Hopefully you enjoyed it still. But what's funny is like this is also low quality, but then all the fucking all the army shots are in 4K. So it's just like the juxtaposition of like relatively low quality in 2023 to 4K close-ups just made me laugh. But yeah, we had a few issues with the recording equipment. Long story short, it gets recorded onto a laptop and the laptop failed. So we get like a couple of weird bits where it's like jittery, but that's me. Jump scare. But I was pretty chuffed with it. It's kind of like watching a live stream in sort of quality, but like the speed and stuff like that is closer to like a normal battle report. So I was really chuffed with it. But if you like that sort of thing, let us know. I'm going to be trying to do one for every main release, especially. That's the plan. Because they take a long time to produce, and I'm not like a 10-man team like most people have these days. I may have pulled out a cable by accidentally, by accident early on the day of filming. Yeah, that did seem to like upset everybody, and by everybody I mean the gear. I enjoyed it in this format. Yeah, I'm glad. So yeah, let me know if you watched it. That's the big one. Let me know if you watched it. Let me do a poll. Did you watch the game? You do a battle report for each detachment. I'm doing a battle report this Friday, and I'm planning on using a different detachment. I'm not going to be using Firestorm again. Admech when? Well, Admech, I imagine they're going to get previewed at the Warhammer Day on the 14th, right? You mean the Hellstorm attachment? You know what, Grimslayer, you're so right to say it. I really enjoyed the battle report. Thanks, Mercenary. Appreciate it, buddy. Glad you enjoyed it. Look, quality, thank you. Yeah, like I think like overall, like the video's still fine to watch. It's just like it's obviously like compared to like this. You know, you're watching this and it's like quite high quality, I would hope. But then the recording isn't, which was a bit annoying. What did you rate this time? I'm getting onto it. I'm very close to starting. Very, very close to starting. It's already played my song that I should be using, but there we go. Look, fine. Actually looks better on mobile and iPad. It's like when you put it on like a big screen, you know, like when you put it on like a TV or something like that, or like on a computer monitor. All right, shall we do it? Shall we do it? Thanks for watching. 60% of you, 40 people. 40 people, 60% watch. That's pretty good. My 4K projector. If you're watching on 4K projector, it's gonna look shit. Making the living room larger than life. So yeah, so like this quality of stream is what it should have like looked like. It should have been filmed in 1080, but it wasn't. It was like a bit grainy for some reason. It's just some settings that defaulted because I had to update the software. And the captain looks amazing. The captain's great, right? I've got the captain here. The other assault squad are at Sanctuary now, but the captain that Nick did, oh man, absolutely fire. Look at him. Look at him. Absolute beefcake. And a legal loadout. Captain should have been in the preview. What preview? He's in the thumbnail, if that's what you're saying. Are you trying to say I should have used him in the thumbnail? Because I did. He's like the other one with the Necron. Like there. Literally there. He's right there. I mean illegal logo. No, he's actually legal. People on Instagram, Martin, were telling me that he's illegal, but he's not. Legal loadout. The loadout is allowed. There we go. Clarify. I think it means Warhammer preview. Yeah, we did send it in, and we didn't get it. It didn't like end up in the Warhammer community article, which is a bit of a shame. However, I think it probably wasn't featured in the article because it's like not a loadout you can build with the kit, which is a bit disappointing if that's the case. Because like you don't actually get a hammer and shield in the kit, but you can take one because they've wrapped up this new thing, and it's essentially the captain with jump. The new captain is a captain for captain with jump pack, the not Primaris one. So he's got all the loadout of the not Primaris one, but it's Primaris 5 because it's new, Marines, it's the new design. So I think they've gone, oh yeah, we should probably let them keep the hammers, but then they didn't put the one in the box. Did they keep bash a Black Templars one? I don't think so. But that's the only thing I could think, because they had like ours and they had the assault squad. They just didn't bother. I just don't know why. They might feature in another article because the Primaris captain is really like popular. The thing is with the Black Templars one from Goonhammer, it's like a conversion, but all these models are in the kit. All these bits are in the kit. Then again, Tabletop Tactics, that's not the same head. They're not the same arms. That doesn't have this. Maybe I'm full of shit. Beat the Wargamers. Get bashed. Yeah, you're right. They're all Phobos, aren't they? No, it's just personal. Maybe it is. Maybe it's just personal. And they featured other Blood Ravens. They featured Scots, which are nice. This is probably why they didn't. There's no repeating factions here. Wait, is there? Except for, unless it's from the same person, all the factions are different. I don't know, chat. I don't know. There's so mad at you for breaking every other rules release. Alright, we'll crack on, shall we? We'll do it. I'm gonna fucking do it again. I'm gonna fucking do it again. They only picked legal loadouts, but they should have picked mine, baby. They call themselves Warhammer. Don't have a Warhammer. What's going on? They say they're Warhammer 40,000 and they've got -1 hammer on that captain kit. You know what I'm saying? What detachments have you broken this time? Great question. Great question. I couldn't decide which detachment to break. So I broke all of them, chat. I broke all of them all at the same time. And by that, I mean, I'm going to go over each detachment and some of the tricks that I found that you can run with it. Now, normally for this sort of format, chat, you would make me write a list. And then I will put out a video and people say the list trash. So we're not going to do that this time. We're not going to do that this time. Okay? Hope that's okay. Hope you don't mind. I came here for rules breaking. Well, we're about to break some rules. So what I've done is I've put together something that Warhammer players know and love. They know and love this, okay? I'm going to give you all of the tricks that give you a good core of the list. And I'm also going to tell you what not to put in the core of your list. Okay? So let me tell you, well, things that by presentation, Warhammer players... I don't know, that was a shit intro. Was that song from Street Fighter? Yes, it was. From Puzzle Quest specifically. Let me talk at you for 20 minutes, okay? Around 20 minutes. But this is a group discussion. If you want to put your hand up and talk to me about it, you want to have your little input, you can by super chatting, okay? But let's slide into it, as Andy would say. This slideshow better have good transitions. Listen, mate, I made this in 15 minutes. It has 0. Okay. We're going to start with the bad, okay? We got a shit sandwich. The great thing is you've just tuned into Hellstorm Wargaming. There's your first piece of bread, okay? But what isn't a great feeling is these. Scout squads actually trash. Okay? Scout squads actually trash. Why are they trash? They do not have loan up anymore. The reason Scout squads in the index are fucking amazing. They were like 70 odd points. You couldn't target them over 12. You could like fucking like stand still and shoot with them with their sniper rifles or missile launchers or both. Right? And they just, the thing is, they just had a free loan up. So it's just like, it's so cheap for just doing actions, being in a place, getting engaged on all fronts. Now they get Infiltrate and Scout 6, which arguably is interesting. The problem is with the unit that is infiltrating and scouting 6 is pretty poor. You can take a missile, you can take a single sniper rifle, and then at the end of your opponent's turn, you can put them in strategic reserves, and they don't have deep strike, which means you can pull them off the board and bring them on an edge of a board 6 inches on. They're pretty trash. They're pretty trash. Now, I don't know how many points anything is at the minute. They might be 5 points a unit. If they're 5 points a unit, you'd take 3. But if they're currently, what are they in here? Scout squad. Let's have a look. 70 points of 5. They are just not worth it. Just don't even bother. Don't even bother. They're just trash. It's really a shame, really. If they kept lone operative, but they just changed the loadout, I'd be like, yeah, they're interesting. They are shit. If Eliminators didn't get that 12-inch roll, Scouts shouldn't either. Well, they've really fucking hammered home that they don't like Scouts. So this new kit that isn't on... I don't think this is on pre-order yet either. Don't even bother. Alright? Alright. At that cost, you could take Eliminators. And you don't even want to take those because they're trash. However, what else is trash? This thing. I've been saying these fucking land speeders are shit for months, okay? I hate them. Everybody says that everyone's like, oh, well, when your little land speeder goes to Legends, you can just take the other ones. And this one specifically, we're talking about the Storm Speeder Hailstrike. Okay, this one. Hard play. Of the 3, I was like, all right, maybe I could be tempted, you know. I could be tickled in the right way where I'm like, oh, that's actually quite nice. But you know what? The problem is it only tickles now because what it did do is shoot a unit and give the rest of your army an additional AP. Okay? An additional AP. Now it excludes monsters and vehicles. Okay? The one thing that I will say Space Marines actually struggle to deal with because everything that's good at killing monsters and vehicles is very expensive or bad. This helped against monsters and vehicles, and now it doesn't because it excludes monsters and vehicles. Each time model is shot, select one enemy unit excluding monsters and vehicles. Why? Why does it exclude monsters and vehicles? Now, I think the reason for it is because the Thunderstrike is good against monsters and vehicles. So they didn't want 2 really good against monsters and vehicles. So I feel like that's just a rules idea or concept where they've just gone, you know what? We've already got one that hates monsters, and we can't have 2 that also hate monsters because it's arguably better than the Thunderstrike. So what they did do is made the Hailstrike rubbish. Now again, if they were like really cheap, and I'm talking sub 100, I'm talking 60, 70, you're going to be like, wow, that's actually really good. But again, these are over 100 points and they're fucking massive. You know, you can't hide them on most boards. The Storm Speeder Hail Strike is 130 in the Codex. Now, I can't really rely on the Codex because Desolation Squads are 200 points to 10, and you can take 10 in here because obviously they are old. This is an old print for the points. And I'm sure the points are going to get updated very soon, probably next week. But the Hail Strike is poor. Is poor. Okay? And they are the two units that have taken the biggest downfall from the previous Codex, I think. Obviously, Scouts are Legends, and now they've got new Scouts, which are just called Scouts. They're just a new version, okay? But they are a new version that are, like, so different that they're almost, in my opinion, the Reavers of 10th edition. I'm going to go out and say it. They're the Reavers of 10th edition. They have so many units they can infiltrate and are sneaky and wear Phobos armor and do whatever. And they always struggle to put Reavers and give them good rules. So much so, I don't even know what Reavers do in this book. I'm going to have to look. But Scouts are right down there. Really down there with the Reavers. Reavers have always struggled to find a place in anyone's list unless you're running some funky weird shit. Yeah, they are dog shit, aren't they? Oh my god, they are so bad. Oh my goodness. They're right down there with Reavers. I bought one of those especially for Heat 4. May as well melt it. You know what, mate? It would be better, you know? It probably would be better. It's really poor. It's really poor. They need to be like 100 points tops. Tops. Reavers just all have precision. They literally do nothing. They have precision pistols that are 12 inches. You can deep strike them. You force units to take a battle shock at -1 in the fight phase. That's it. That's all they do. They are trash. Just bad. And the combat knives are shit as well. They don't even have AP. They're bad. They're bad. Okay? One sec. Sorry about that, chat. So yeah, they're trash. They're really bad. They're really rubbish. Okay. However, we've got 6 new detachments to look at, and that's where it starts getting interesting. Again, I haven't wrote you a good list for every single one. The video version of this will have a good list for a bunch of them. However, we're going to talk about some of the things that work really well for each new detachment. Okay. Now, there's a lot of information that I'm about to give you. And a lot of it's going to be off the cuff as well. It's going to be like... We're just going to go for it. I don't know why I'm trying to explain it. First of all, what's good in Anvil Siege Force? Look at these. The T-shirt cannons are back. Alright? All weapons gain heavy. And if you already have heavy, you get +1 to wound. Okay? When you're stationary. What are heavy? Desolation Squads, baby. Now, if you are still taking these, I know some people are still copium like me and saying they're quite good. All of their weapons are heavy. Well, the main weapons are heavy anyway. Obviously, the Venga launcher and the Castello launchers aren't heavy. But you got the Super Frag, which is strength 5, which will get +1 to wound if it stands still. And then the Super Crack, which is strength 10, which will get +1 to wound. You know? That suddenly becomes quite interesting. Also, Hellblasters are all heavy as well. They're assault and heavy, which is nice. So that is obviously like quite an interesting one because they suddenly get quite good with +1 to wound. And at 24-inch range, they can kind of start to stand still, which is nice. All the stratagems are also quite interesting, but I will say overall of the detachments, this is probably one of my least favorite. It's definitely down there, you know. It's not amazing. It's quite nice, you know. You can reroll wounds against monsters and vehicles for 2 CP. It's a battle tactic, so captains can use it for free. But as I've mentioned, Space Marines really struggle with vehicles and monsters. And it's kind of one of those things. If you're going to struggle with vehicles and monsters, having a stratagem that allows you to just reroll wounds when you don't have Oath of Moment anymore, because obviously Oath of Moment, brutal, okay? What we're going to find, the problem is everything I'm going to discuss, I know I'm bouncing around a little bit, my apologies. Everything we're going to discuss, the problem we have is, without open moment, everything feels really overcosted, in my opinion. A lot of things feel overcosted or just really expensive and don't really work. So anything that's twin linked or can get you reroll wounds suddenly becomes fire again. Okay. Warhammer sees love movement, so standing still doesn't seem worth it. No, it is. Again, that's the problem. It's kind of like you're going to get +1 to wound, which is nice. It's great. However, you don't, as you say, you don't really want to move. So it's kind of like good and bad. It's got some good tricks in it. Obviously, you can give yourself sustained hits, and if you're made stationary, you're going to get 5 to critical hits. So you've got a bolter discipline, or fire discipline as it's now called, in a stratagem on any unit, which is nice, but you have to stand still, really. You've got reroll wounds, which is nice, +1 to wound if you stay still. So you got like lots of tricks, but it's kind of like, how are you going to utilize that? And that's probably the most difficult part, because the problem is if you're staying still, you're not moving around the board, and obviously moving around the board is most of the game, unless you're going to take fixed secondaries. Do you only get the +1 to wound if you stand still? Yes, you do need to stand still, as it says on screen, when you remain stationary. Do they have a shot like Steady Advance? No, I don't think so. No, didn't think they did. So the strats are quite good. They've got a 2 CP strat to shoot back as well, which is cool. They've got one that's like double OC. So this is kind of like, I feel like this is kind of like a late game army. People are going to be interested and wanting to stand still and shoot from turn 1. But actually what this army is going to be good at is getting to the middle, getting 1 or 2 objectives, and then stay still. I spelled the title of the stream wrong. Ah, fuck. I didn't notice that. God damn it. Why did no one say anything? So yeah, so basically you're going to have like lots of ways of doing loads of damage, which is actually really good for Space Marines, but you're going to have to get there. Does that mean Hellblasters won't get the benefit on death with their For the Chapter ability since you can't remain stationary in your opponent's turn? You do remain stationary if you're in your opponent's turn. So if you're in your opponent's turn, you haven't moved, so you have remained stationary. I'm pretty sure that's how the rules interaction works. That you actually technically remain stationary during this turn because you haven't moved. You don't actually... I don't know if you have to elect to remain stationary as part of the core rules. That's an interesting one. That is an interesting one. No, you have to in your turn. Let's have a look. Remain stationary. Unless that unit is engaged at range of any models, it can make a normal move or advance or remain stationary. Interesting. So maybe you don't count as remaining stationary. You go to meditation. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So yeah, you won't get the +1 to wound in when you die. That's a good spot, actually. Good spot, chat. And this is why I like doing reviews live, because I don't like to say things that are wrong. Why I don't get lethal in Overwatch also makes sense. Yeah, so that's a layover from 9th edition then, because I think if you just didn't move, you know, you count as remaining stationary. Unless you die from Gets Hot. Yeah, so if you die from Gets Hot, you have remained stationary. It's only if you die, it's only if you're Overwatch, right? Yeah, it's only if you're Overwatch you have that issue. So don't worry about it. So yeah, so like the Anvil Siege Force, the Imperial Fists of the book. Not forgetting that all the detachments aren't limited to any chapter now. Just play what you think's cool. is nice, you know, is nice. The problem is Space Marines need to walk up, hold objectives, and then start standing, remain stationary. The problem is if you don't punish your opponent early in Warhammer, you get punished early instead. So you'll walk up to these objectives, you'll shoot, you won't do a lot, and then you'll die. so it's going to be pretty rubbish. So that's Anvil Siege Force. It's not bad. It's not bad. The stratagems are good. The detachment rule is decent. The problem is you really want to be standing still with a lot of it. You can double your OC by remaining stationary for 1 CP. You can get reroll wounds again with the battle tactic, which is really nice. Rigid discipline. You can fall back, which is nice. Rigid discipline is nice. The way you run to the middle, get charged, don't die, fall back, and then you remain stationary in the movement phase and shoot again, which is actually quite nice to like Eradicators and stuff like that. Because obviously Eradicators are heavy, so they're going to be like strength 9, hitting on 2s, and +1 to wound, re-rolling everything. So if something big charges you, the problem is you got to survive. So anyway, that's Anvil Siege Force. Let's have a look at the next one. What we got next? We got the Ironstorm Spearhead. Now, this one's a little bit obvious, but this is the Iron Hands one, baby. And guess what? It's not my favourite. So the Ironstorm Spearhead's not bad. It's not bad. It's one that people are looking at because it has a lot of flexibility. And not to be mean, Space Marine players love to just bring out as many tanks as you want. So people love to just run loads of repulsors, loads of gladiators, some dreadnoughts, 2 tech marines, and then the rest of the list is like fucking intercessors or something, you know. That's kind of like your standard Space Marine list. That's what a lot of people, like fairly casual people, like to play. I think it's really bad. It doesn't play the mission at all, but it does kill stuff, you know. Are we still talking about remaining stationary? I think Des might be on a delay. So like the Ironstorm Spearhead is good if that's the total list you want to take, you know. If you want to take loads of tanks, loads of vehicles, loads of walking and stuff, it's actually really good. There's a really janky thing. Of Ancient Fury. So you can take, as I say, it's good for Redemptors and Repulsors and Gladiators, you know. They're the units you want to take. Lancers are actually interesting because they can reroll a hit, a wound, and a damage with when they shoot. And this is obviously giving you a reroll, a hit, wound, or damage. So now the Gladiator Lancers are actually rerolling up to 2 hits, 2 wounds, or 2 damage, you know. They can take 2 of each one, you know, which is actually really good and makes them really, really consistent. Because the Lancer is like the fucking strength 1 million, D900 damage or something like that. So look at the Lancer profile again. The Gladiator Lancer. It has the 2-shot heavy, strength 14, -4 d6 +3 damage, and it can reroll a hit, a wound, and a damage. And obviously the detachment is let you reroll a hit, a wound, or a damage as well. So you can actually reroll in 2 of each, or up to 2 of each anyway. Because obviously you can reroll one with the detachment. If the detachment was reroll a hit and a wound, or a damage roll, that'd be really good. I think the fact that it's only 1. Because Eldai's like reroll 1 of each is a bit brutal. But it benefits everything that's going to be taking things that are high damage, high AP, high strength, but not a lot of shots. It just makes everything really consistent. But the jank, which is like not really jank, I would say, but what it is kind of like it's going to be interesting and annoying. And this is kind of where things start to lean into that broken. And we're going to talk about Ancient Fury. You know? Ancient Fury, your command phase. Choose a walker. Until the start of your next command phase, increase the move, toughness, save, and OC by 1. And add 1 to hit. Not +1 ballistic scale, just add 1 to hit. So obviously that can be negated. But when you have a Redemptor Dreadnought, for example, who has toughness 10, 2+ save, OC4, but 1 CP can make him move 9, toughness 11, 1+ save. 1+ save. Okay. And OC5. And he's hitting on 2s with everything. Okay. So now you're like, whoa, Viking, 1+ save. What the fuck? That's really good. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, that is really good. Okay, why don't we put that bad boy in cover? Okay. Put that bad boy in cover. Why not? Now you're reducing AP by 1. Back to your 1+ save. Okay. Also, you still have Armor of Contempt. So if you want to spend Armor of Contempt, you're essentially reducing AP in cover by 3. Except you can't have a save value of 1. Why not? Why can't it have a save characteristic of 1? You can't. You'll always fail when you roll a 1, because a 1 always fails. However, you reduce the AP by 1, you reduce the AP by 2 by being in cover. You give yourself a 1+ save. Cover only gives a buff to a maximum of 3+ armor. That's not correct. It only gives a buff against 0 AP against 3+ armor. Reading grenades cringe. Also, you're very true. Also very true. So what you actually do, you have a 1+ save. Your save will always fail by rolling a 1. But what it means is AP1 is essentially ignored because you will roll, it'll reduce your save to a 2. Right? So you'll have a 2-up save against AP1. If you put yourself in cover, and you'll have Armor of Contempt. Now let's look at it. We've got a 1-up save. Right? We're going to have to go minus now. AP1 will put us on a 2. Okay, cool. We're in cover. It doesn't matter. AP2, we're in cover, goes back to AP1. Still a 2-up save. AP3, Armor of Contempt, in cover, still a 2-up save. So, now, if you've got AP4, you'll have to take a 3+ save. You can't improve... No, you're not listening, chat. You're not listening. Save doesn't... Cover doesn't reduce 0 AP. It doesn't add to your save for 0 AP. For anything with the 3+ armor or better, essentially, it's -1 AP. Okay? That's what you've got to remember. Cover says, I'll read it to you. The benefit of cover. Against AP0, it does nothing. Okay? Benefit of cover. Does not apply to models with a 3+ save or better against an attack with AP0. Okay? It says it there, as you can see. Second line. AP0 is important. It doesn't matter that it doesn't affect AP0. You've got a 1+ armor save. Against the Doomsday Cannon, as what Decknell said. Where is it? Against the... Oh, no, it's Lambo. Against the Doomsday Cannon, the thing that beat me on the battle report, you'll have a 3+ armor save. What OC put it to OC0? No. But even if it did, you've got a 2+ save. You've got a 1+ save. Even if you don't use Armor of Contempt, AP2 still puts you on a 3+, and you're in cover. Or you reduce the AP, it's a 2+. Listen, AP5. AP5, chat. We'll put you on a 4-up. Who needs an invuln? Oh, yes, we are learning that no one knows how terrain works. Oh, God. Anyway, that will cost you 2 CP, which is annoying, which is very annoying, but there's obviously ways you can use stratagems for free on other units so you can make it free, okay? So Ancient Fury is by far the best stratagem in this detachment. What does objective control have to do with armor? I don't know. It's Ancient Fury is really pissed off about not getting onto the objective. But think about it. Let's put this on a... You're also -1 damage, by the way, because you're a Redemptor. You've got a 1+ armor save, your toughness 11, and you're -1 damage. But yeah, speaking of running and charging, put it on a Brutalis. put it on a Brutalis Dreadnought. The Brutalis, toughness 11, move 9, which is obviously great because he's wanting to run and charge. It's funny, the more aggravated you get, the more Sheffield your accent becomes. Listen, I'm not even from Sheffield. The Brutalis moves 9, becomes toughness 11, gets a 1+ save as well, becomes OC 5. He's re-rolling wounds because he's got fucking twin linked everything. He wants to get close anyway because he's got fucking... he's got melters and shit. You know? Ah, I'm so angry. So angry about cover rules. If you're in cover, it's only AP 0. And if it's AP 0, you've got a 1+ save. Has the Brutalis got up to movement 9? No. You're using the Ancient Fury on him to make him move faster. It's essentially all his dust. It's the all his dust conversation again. It's happened again. Listen, if you want to watch me break the codex, you need to know the basic core rules. So when I explain the concept, you don't tell me it's wrong. So when it is wrong, I understand. And I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. But I'm not wrong. You ignore all AP if you're in cover and use Armor of Contempt. Only AP 6 and you're actually starting to worry. And it's only a 5 up. AP 6. Can you take ambles? Andy, I will time you out, mate. But the Brutalis Dreadnought suddenly becomes quite interesting because he moves a little bit faster. He's a little bit harder to kill. T11 is over that stopping point of like, oh shit, everything's reading me on 5s now. You know? Anything that's half decent at shooting stuff, starting to become 6s, you know? If it makes you feel better, I get it. You know what, Patrick? Do you want to be a mod? Do you want to be a mod? Brutalis move is 10 bays. No, it's 8. What do you mean it's 10 bays? Are you high? No, it's 8. Everybody's 8. Chat, I'm gonna end stream in a minute. I'm getting so wound up. I'm getting so wound up. I'm better. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling really good now. Anyway. Are we all done? God damn it. What you also have is Mercy's Weakness. Now, Mercy's Weakness, great name for a stratagem. Should be double wounds in my opinion. Mercy's Weakness is you give out sustained hits, so give out Bolt of Discipline as we mentioned. On a vehicle, it's 5+. You know? For vehicles, it's a 5+. Which is great, you know? Look at Macroplasmas. Hitting on 5s gets you 2 hits. When they're D6 shots, anything that can give out sustained hits is nice. But also, look at like the Gladiator Lancer, as I mentioned. You can re-roll up to 2 hit rolls every turn. You have a good chance of getting that 5+ for trigger 2 hits instead of 1 with each of your 2 shots, you know. You also have like Repulsors. You have Land Raider Crusaders. If you really want to go that way, they can get a bunch of extra hits with the sustained hits, which is really nice. Again, it's a battle tactic as well. Doesn't even need against a target. No, Mercy's Weakness. Oh yeah, it does have to be below starting strength. My apologies, yeah. So until the end of the phase, each time you make an attack, you can get sustained hits if it's below starting strength. If it's a vehicle, if you are a vehicle, you get it on 5s. Impulse with 5 Hellblasters. Impulse with 5 Hellblasters is quite nice, yeah, definitely. Rules commentary, page 17. I'm going to trust the grey name. I'm going to trust the grey name. And we're going to have to look at this. If the grey name is wrong, I'm going to ban him from chat. If he's right, I will say he's right. And then again, if it gets Death Guard, reduce your save characteristic, you can increase it again. So I put it Spanish anyway. No, it's a great shout. It's a really interesting, actually. Sorry, chap. You know what? I'll concede. Mike got me there. I'm so sorry that I missed one small line on a 19-page document. So the Ancient Fury stratagem, the best target for Ancient Fury, the heroes entombed within dreadnoughts have fought across countless war zones throughout their extended existences, perfecting their martial prowess beyond mortal limits, is best suited for an Invicta warsuit, which is not a dreadnought, and they are not entombed in them. I broke the Codex, chat. What can I say? Ah. We did it! I broke the Codex without even writing a list. Oh my god, that's so dumb. That's so dumb. Technically, didn't I break it? Right, Mike, we're gonna have to ban you, mate. Okay. No, I broke it. I was there. Oh man, there you go. Yes, the heroes entombed within dreadnoughts can't get +1 save. Right, okay. I'm moving on. No, moving on. This is dumb. This is so dumb. Well done, Mike. Good shout, mate. Good shout. Oh shit, I've missed the wrong, I've skipped a slide. Maybe they intended to be saving throw. Maybe. But it's just a save in a list of characteristics. That is really dumb. It's really dumb. Now, yeah, all dreadnoughts can use the other bits, but the +1 save is the really big one. Because, again, AP5 gives you a 4+ save out, like, with cover. If you use Arbor Contempt, it's just 3+, you know? That's, like, the huge trick there. And it makes that stratagem insane. But it doesn't actually work. Now, is that intended? When the whole stratagem fluff is about dreadnoughts, it doesn't actually affect dreadnoughts as much as an Invicta, which isn't a dreadnought. Yeah, it's just flavor text. That makes sense. Now, they said add one to saving throws. That'll be fine. Is a non-Ven Dread. Non-Ven, Ven Dread, Old Dread 3+. No, it's 2+, mate. Yeah, all the dreadnoughts are 2+. They're all together in the codex as well, so I had to click through. You know, Dreadnought, which is all the old Dreadnoughts, 2+. Redemptor Dreadnought, 2+. You've got all these dreads like Librarian Dread. What save characteristics does the Librarian Dread have? Let's have a look at the other Dreadnought, shall we? Dreadnought. Death Company Dreadnought, 2+. Furioso Dreadnought, 2+. Librarian Dreadnought, 2+. Space Wolves Venerable, 2+. Wolfen, 2+. Yeah, they're all 2+. Weird. Anyway, let's move on now. It's a crap detachment. Don't even bother. Just get rid of this. Don't even bother, chat. Firestorm Assault Force. Now, this is the one I played in the battle report. I thought this one was really, really strong. I think this is probably the strongest on paper. The effective vulnerable save. No, it just says save, and not invulnerable saves. Or does it specifically say? Chat, I'm just going to go top up my drink. I'll be RB, yeah? So sorry about that. I'm back. Hello, hello, hello. Sorry. I was getting quite thirsty because I was getting so angry, I think. Catch up with chat. Clearly they said characteristics, didn't realise what they actually meant. I agree. Are they sure you say the Hellstorm and the Scout's got the biggest deck card nose? Yes, mate. That's what I think anyway. Anyway, let's get back to it. Let's kick right back through. And we'll go in with the Firestorm Assault Force. Now, I think this might be the best one on paper, and that's why I made you wait while I got a drink. The Firestorm Assault Force is really good. Obviously, all of your weapons gain Assault, and we know what that opens up. That opens up every unit that you have can advance and do an action. The only unit that can't is the Assault Terminators, and they are pretty trash. They're not great. They're not good. But being able to advance and do an action is one of the strongest things that you can buy for your army. That is very, very good. Obviously, jump pack units with pistols can advance in the middle and get deployed teleport homers nice and early. Even just units that can walk can advance in the middle and do deployed teleport homers. You can get cleanse, you can get investigate signals. It just opens up so many different ways for you to score points in the game. And a lot of people, when they're looking at new codexes, they look for the broken combos that do the most damage, and they look for the broken things that are most survivable or you just don't really work in the game, but they become really strong. But what you've got to remember is the whole point of the game is to score 100, you know? And whatever you do, you turn up with a painted army, you know? Turn up with a painted army, it's great. Right? You get 10 points, alright? The other 90 is all about drawing cards, being in a place and holding objectives, you know? Holding objectives or doing something in a specific place, and that's very, very important. Firestorm Assault Force, without looking at the damage potential of this detachment, which is very high, it is based... that ability is crucial. That's why I think it's one of the strongest, and it's why, as you mentioned, the Vanguard is probably one of the best as well, the Vanguard detachment, because it has so much play. There's so much you can do with it. That's what's really important. Obviously, I've been over all of these strategies in the battle report, which you can watch now because it's on the channel. We released that at the weekend. It was a really fun game between myself and Tom with Necrons, and I used the Blood Ravens, and I used them as the Firestorm Assault Force, and I didn't utilize everything, but I showed off some quite fun things. But you have a battle tactic stratagem with Immolation Protocols, okay? Immolation Protocols is 2 CP. I think I might have missed that in the battle report, but it's 2 CP. And it gives flamers, or well, basically torrent weapons, devastating wounds. And now, torrent weapons is anything that's a flamer, which means it's really good on Infernus Marines, which kind of weren't really seeing much table time in like competitive lists or like strong lists, because they were mediocre, you know, kind of mediocre, I would say. But being able to give them devastating wounds is really nice. It's a nice little trick pocket thing to have, because they do get 5d6 shots. Now, obviously, aggressors have flamers, and they also have two of them that are twin linked. Okay. Now, twin linked flamers are obviously a lot stronger, because if you spend this stratagem, you can do it for free with Rites of Battle. But it's because you would attach Gravis Captains there, you know? Attach a Gravis Captain to a unit of 6 aggressors. Now you've got like 66 plus 1 shots that are re-rolling wounds. You can re-roll all of them. You can proc a lot of devastating wounds, which is very, very strong. But obviously, they're also going to be plus 1 strength because they're nearby. And they're going to be plus 1 AP, because aggressors, when they're targeting the closest unit within 12, they get plus 1 AP. So now you've got plus 1 strength, which is great. You've got plus 1 AP, which is great. And you've got the chance of doing devastating wounds. It's suddenly a unit that can start doing some serious damage against most things, which is great. Just because of the weight of dice as well. So obviously that's really good. You've also got access to plus 1 to wound, which is another battle tactic stratagem. Choose a unit within 6. Now it's only within 6, but you can get plus 1 to wound. So now you can have flamers that are doing devastating wounds, plus 1 to wound, plus 1 strength, and plus 1 AP. That is a lot of stacking very, very quickly. Now, if you don't want to run the flamers, you'd rather run the bolter ones, they are also quite good, because not everything can take flamers, and not everything can be using the devastating wound stratagem all the time. Now, if you just take normal aggressors, they're also going to get that plus 1 strength for strength 5. But also you can take people like Torgaradon. Now we don't have Bolter Discipline, so we can put a named character in there. He's also going to give them Ignore Cover. Now, he has been nerfed. He doesn't give out lethal hits anymore, which is probably... It's a bit sad that he doesn't do that anymore. I was a bit surprised to see that. I actually didn't notice until today, which is a bit of a shame. But Torgaradon, the Imperial Fist character, he's really cheap at like 80 points. He's really smashy, which you don't get a lot with Space Marines. He's got a Strength 12, 2 damage, Strength 12 Power Fist, which is great. He's got an Artifice, a Grab Gun, which is anti-vehicle 2+. And also, each time he attacks a monster or vehicle or fortification, he becomes damage 4, which is nice. But he's going to give Ignore Cover to your Bolt Storm guys. Now, the Flame ones don't need this because they're Flamers. They already Ignore Cover. But giving out another Ignore Cover, meaning your AP is actually doing something against a lot of things, is great. It is really good. And again, it's really, really cheap. But obviously Land Raider Redeemers as well are going to be great because they can transport the aggressors. They also have Flamers. Now, the Land Raider Redeemer is popping up in a lot of lists these days because it's very cheap and it's got Flamers and it can carry a bunch of dudes. It can carry 12 models. Now, aggressors are going to take up 2, you know, or, sorry, Terminator, Gravis are take 2 and then Centurions take 3. But obviously they have the Flame Storm Cannons, which are Strength D6, D6 plus 3, Strength 6, minus 2, 2. Minus 2, 2 is a really good profile, but D6 plus 3 is a lot of shots. But it's only 12 inches, which means it's always going to be Strength 7, which is really nice, you know? It means you're not going to be wounding big, horrible tanks on 6s, it's going to be 5s, and you're going to be wounding infantry pretty much always on 3s. And obviously you can make them devastating wounds, which is nice. It doesn't have rerolls, but it has 2 Flamestorm Cannons. So, they're really nice. Obviously as well, it can move, and then you can disembark, and you can charge out of it. Now, a Land Raider Redeemer moves 12. It's T12 with a 2+ save. What you do with it is you drive it forward. Your aggressors with Torgaradon get out. They shoot the screen and charge something nasty. Torgaradon gets +2 damage against vehicles and monsters, which is nice. You know, at Strength 12, that is really good. For his points, again, he's like 80 points currently. I don't know if it's going to change, but that's really nice. So, good luck finding a Land Raider. Land Raiders you can find. I managed to buy 2, funnily enough. I actually had a Land Raiders for years and I sold them all. And now I'm like, oh, Land Raiders are really cheap. I probably should get some. You could add Uriel Ventress in this attack to give deep strike. Yes, that's true. Uriel Ventress lets an infantry unit deep strike, which is really good. That's a really good ability to have, and he's obviously still cheap as well. Uriel Ventress is actually really interesting as well because he has a very unique ability of allowing you to spend stratagems again, using stratagems twice. Now, obviously, battle tactics are the other ones you can make free, but you can make any stratagem be used again with Uriel, because I don't think the balanced data slate affected Uriel's ability. Now, I should probably check that, because I've been wrong tonight once, so let's not do it again. Modifying a stratagem's CP cost. CP cost. Rules that like to use stratagem even if a unit has been targeted by that stratagem in this phase. Ah, it does affect battle tactic then. Ah, bugger. That's a shame. I thought it was that it allowed you to use it for free, this line, but it's not. Ignore me. Ignore me. Wrong Storm Wargaming. I'm on a bit of a fucking... I'm on one today getting it wrong. But I checked. Yeah, so Uriel Ventress only lets you use battle tactics again. But still, it allows you to use the devastating wounds multiple times. If you really want to do that. So it's something to think about. Definitely. Obviously, then you've got the +1 to wound, which is great. You got Burning Vengeance, which is really funny. So what you can have is like impulsors, you know, impulsors with Hellblasters in, with Flamers in, for example. Or you can do it with a repulsor. I think repulsor arguably very, very good. You can have a repulsor get shot. You can then spend a CP. The unit inside the transport pops out, shoots, and then at the end of the fight phase gets back into the repulsor. But also you can just have it on the impulsors where you have like 5d6 flamers pop out of the transport and flame something, or you have like 5 hellblasters pop out and shoot something, which is quite nice. So, because you got rapid embarkation, so end of any fight phase you can get back in. And the repulsor ability is when you are declared as a charge, you can get back in as well. So 2 CP, you can jump out, get back in, which is quite nice. That's like a really fun little trick you can do with anything that's really good at shooting. You can get back in, yeah. So 1 CP, you have rapid embarkation. End of the fight phase, a transport unit within 6 of a transport, you can embark. But repulsors have, when your opponent declares a charge, but before it makes a charge, you can select 1 to start a unit that was targeted as a charge and then get back in the transport. There's lots of funky little tricks for you to jump out and get back in, which is really nice. Obviously, rapid embarkation, you could get out in your turn, shoot, get back in, and then your opponent's turn, when they shoot the transport, you get out, shoot, at the end of the turn, get back in. So yeah, I think this is obviously honestly the strongest one. I think the enhancements aren't amazing, but they're pretty nice. You know, they're pretty nice. You got Champion of Humanity to ignore all modifiers bar saves. That's probably really good, and it's only 10 points at the minute, which is like really cheap for what that does actually. But the other ones are a little bit like, okay, fine. If you want to take a Smash Captain, you can take +3 strength, which is cool. Obviously, that's nice. I could have done that the other day, but we didn't. You got Forged in Battle to randomly turn a hit or a saving throw into a 6, which is nice, but it's only 1, and it's once per turn. It's not that great, because there's not anything that you can really proc with Dev Wounds loads. You know, not like high AP, high damage, and then trick that into a devastating wound. There is none of that, really. Does that mean Champion of Humanity will give us another Trajan issue? Yeah, so Champion of Humanity is the same rule as Trajan, really. It's the same as Paladins, but it's on the unit. But it's only while he's leading as well. So it's the same as the Grey Knights have, like on the Paladin, not on the Grandmasters, sorry, and Trajan. So you've got, it ignores everything bar modifies to saving throws, which means it ignores save characteristic modifiers, it ignores movement modifiers, everything, you know, stuff like that. So, yeah, Champion Humanity is the best one. The rest are fine. Now, Eradicators start looking quite interesting in this one as well, because obviously Eradicator's only being Strength 9 is a bit piss poor, to be honest. Melter's only being Strength 9 is a bit piss. But being able to go up to Strength 10 is nice, because you're going to be winning most like mediocre to strong tanks and dreadnoughts on 4s. And then larger vehicles, you're still going to be on 5s. But then light vehicles, you're probably going to be winning on 3s instead. Because a lot of light vehicles and stuff like that are T8, T9. And most big vehicles are T12. So your medium ones, like your Predators, Vindicators, not Vindicators, Predators, Gladiators and stuff like that, that sort of size are usually toughness 10. So you're going to be wounding them on 4. So being able to get them within 12 is great. You can obviously teleport with Uriel to get within 12. You could find a way to deep strike them as well to be within 12 and get that +1 strength. And yeah, so this one is probably my favourite. But also I've said Death Company because they could take Hand Flamers. Now, Hand Flamers are pretty good. They can get +1 strength because obviously they're Hand Flamers, so they need to be close. And you can just take a whole bunch of them, you know. And they want to be in combat, so they want to be getting really close as well. But the Hand Flamers are only Strength 3, so you can obviously make it Strength 4. You can use the Stratagem on it if you really want to for some cheeky mortal wounds with the Dev Wounds. So Death Company are also quite interested in this detachment as well, just because of the amount of Hand Flames you can take. I hear what you're saying about Firestorm giving everything assault is excellent for playing mission, but I think the sheer damage output potential of Ironstorm speaks to me more. Yeah, so that's what I mean, like, the Space Marines struggle with damage output. Space Marines really struggle with damage output, but Iron Storm and Anvil arguably really push the damage output through the roof. But every other detachment is about movement, and movement wins games. So, yeah, Sanguinary Guard can also take flamers, right? I think. I can't spell sanguinary. I put sanguinary. Like Lord of the Rings, Sam. Sanguinary Guard. Also have Inferno pistols, but they don't have flamers. But they have Inferno pistols, which are only 6-inch range. Dev wounds aren't mortal. Nick, I will slap you. I went like this. Mortal wounds. Shut up. No melter. No, they don't have flamers now. Our Inferno pistols are the melter pistols. That makes them strength 9. It's alright. But yeah, the fact is that everything can advance and shoot is obviously... If everything can advance and shoot, that's really strong. Everything can advance and do actions, that's really strong. When you get close, your higher strength, that's really strong. Then you've got +1 to wound. Then you've got fucking devastating wounds. Then you've got +1 to hit if you got out of a transport and fucking to make him take a battle shot, which I did against Tom. So you got 3 really good stratagems, and then you can like get out of vehicles, get back in. When you get out of vehicle, you're really strong. That's the trick. 3 stratagems, 1 of each color. Look, you you take a repulsor, you take an impulsor, you get out of it, you get +1 to hit, and the unit has to take a battle shock, right? Then you get back in. Then when the transport gets shot, you come out and shoot them again. Then you get back in. That's it. It's one of this. It's one of those. How fast can we do that? I cocked up. Vulcan gives reroll wounds on a flaming unit. Good with the mortal wound strat. The only real good... I suppose that'd be nice for Infernus Marines, maybe? Could you take 10 Infernus Marines with Vulcan? Surely he can attach. Vulcan Histan. So when a unit within 24 invisible until the end of the phase, each time an Adeptus model makes a ranged attack with a torrent or melt weapon that targets him, you can reroll wounds. Okay. And he can attach to Infernus squad. So you could take 10 Infernus and give them reroll wounds as well. And what does Volcanistan do? Oh, combat reroll wounds. Pretty shit. So yeah, Volcanistan with 10 Infernus Marines. That's quite cheap. Quite a cheap unit as well. You know? Now you can... It's obviously you can make that on melt weapons as well, but I don't know how great that will be. But it's interesting, that's for sure. The fact that it's almost all battle tactic. Yeah, there's only... Only the rapid embarkation is not a battle tactic. This is obviously one of the strongest ones, I think. By far one of the strongest. So, yeah, Firestorm Assault Squad, very, very strong. It was strong on paper when people saw a little bit of it, and then everything else came out, and it's also really strong. But also, yeah, the Crucible of Battle is a unit within 6 inches get put onto wind. You can use it as shooting or fighting. So yeah, it's the best one, I think. In before Volcanistan appears in Bloodraven's colours. Yeah, I mean, Infernus was only like 85 points. How many points is Vulcan right now? Volgan. He's only 80. So that's that 240. 240 for 10d6, strength 6. Strength 6 flamers. However, the aggressors get the plus... Oh. Let's put my phone into charge. Sorry, chat. But the aggressors get +1 AP. I think are already strength 6, maybe? Yeah, so the aggressors would actually be less shots in that instance, because it'd be 6d6 plus 6, or 10d6. But you won't have the AP. And the flamers are less strength. Oh, interesting. The flamers for Flamestorm Gauntlets will only be strength 5, where the Infernus becomes strength 6. 10 Infernus Marines Vulcan is standing in a drop pod. Maybe. Maybe. That could be fun. Run Salamanders as actually Salamanders. Oh my goodness, what's wrong with me? Only 10 in the drop pod. Is it not 12 in the drop pod? I painted red. I'm going to have to ban you, mate. Yeah, only 10. That's shit. The Salamander's melee character, the Salamander's Primaris character, Adrax Agatone, halves objective characteristic of models in units it engaged with, and lets you reroll wounds in combat. I'm on a roll tonight. Great. Great. Every good idea I've had, Mike Paint's Red has shot it down. Anyway, Firestorm Assault is quite good. But let's have a look at Stormlands Task Force. Stormlands Task Force, arguably designed for the White Scars, you know? Fall back and charge. Advance and charge. Really good, really strong, really fun little combo that you can have. I think it's pretty good. You know, it's good for like Outriders, because Outriders are on bikes and that's what White Scars have. And Primaris Chaplain on bike, because that's what White Scars have. And a puppy. And a little puppy. Puppies are really good in this detachment. That's right. It's the Stormlands Task Force, also known as the Storm Wolf Task Force, because Space Wolves love this detachment all over. Huh? It's time. It's the Space Wolf detachment. The Space Wolf Lance Task Force. Oh my god. If this wasn't the Space Wolf detachment of Space Wolf detachments, I don't know what is. Okay? If you're a Space Marine player, welcome. You've found your home. You've now found your home. Okay? Everything in this detachment benefits mounted, and all of your good wolf stuff is mounted. Okay? All your Thunder Wolves, all your characters on Thunder Wolves, they're having a great time. You can also take Outriders, fine. But there's basically nothing else that's mounted in the book. There's pretty much Outriders and Chaplains on bikes. That's it. Whereas Space Wolves get Thunder Wolves as well as all the bikes, okay? You can make... you can advance Thunder Wolves 9 inches. You can give Thunder Wolves lands and reroll charge for 1 CP with Shock Assault. Now you have multiple ways to get lands, because you can just... Is it just the lance stratagem? Or is it one that gets... Oh no, that's Gladius, isn't it? So you got Shock Assault to give yourself lance. You've got -1 to hit and wound with a Shock Assault, with a mounted unit with Ride Hard, Ride Fast. Ride hard the fuck out of the Thunderwolves. That's what they'll say. Even Logan Grimnar. Logan Grimnar might be mounted as well. Okay. So, pretty much everything is just so good. So good. You know? Let's have a look. If you've got a unit in reserve, you've got Hunter's Instincts to come on a turn early, which is really nice, with strategic reserves. So you can start deep striking. I suppose you can't deep strike turn 1 still, but you can come on a lot closer with strategic reserves. You've got the Fury of the Storm. Choose a mounted character, get +1 strength, AP characteristics of the melee weapons. Also, you increase it by 2 if you make a charge. Obviously, you can advance and charge. You can full throttle. You can send Thunderwolves like 20 odd inches and then charge or something like that. How far do Thunderwolves move these days? Is it 12? Or is it 10? Thunderwolf Cavalry. They move 10, so you can move 19 and charge. You're a character that in that unit gets +2 strength in AP, which is obviously really good. You can Thunder Hammer's like -4, which is great. And then you can give them reroll charges and then +1 to wound on the charge. Obviously, their melee weapons aren't great at strength 5 -1 damage, but it's a bunch of attacks and you can make them very, very fast. And give them +1 to wound, which is really good. So, how many wounds are they? 4 wounds. P6, 4 wounds. They're relatively cheap, I think. I liked the look of a little unit for 90 points. But now you can start going, all right, yeah, I'm going to take 6, maybe. Maybe take a couple of units of 6, you know, with all of these characters in there. With Logan, let's have a look at Logan Grimnar. Logan Grimnar, Santoroni's Sledge. On Storm Rider, moves 10, T6, 2-up save. He gives reroll charges for adepted starters units from your army. Oh, everybody rerolls charges. And until the end of the turn, each time you make a melee attack, you reroll the hit roll for once per battle. So your entire army gets reroll charges and reroll the hit rolls. And every time he kills a unit, you get +1 CP. He's pretty good in combat. He's got the Axe of Morkai with 6 attacks. He's got the other axes with 10 attacks. Oh yeah, it's a choose ability. So 6 attack strength 8 -2 3, or 10 attack strength 6 -2 1. You can obviously give him lance for +1 to wound. He's advancing and charging, so he can move 19. He's great, and he can attach to obviously Thunderwolves as well. And how many? He's only 118. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. The +1 CP every time he kills stuff is great. Really, really good. For a whole moment, I thought Wolf Lords on Thunderwolf Cavalry didn't have rights of battle. They do. Which is great, because a lot of these are battle tactics as well. Armor of Contempt is a battle tactic to reduce the AP, so they're going to stick around for a long time. Blitzing Fusillade, which is you get assault weapons, and if they're already... everything gets assault weapons, and if they're already assault, they become sustained. Which I don't know you have a great deal on Thunderwolves, but it's obviously okay on the bikes. Shock Assault is a battle tactic. That's the one to give yourself lands and reroll charges. And Ride Hard, Ride Fast, which is the -1 to hit and subtract 1 from the wound on any mounted or fly vehicle unit, is also a battle tactic. So you can basically reduce the AP by loads multiple times with a Wolf Lord on Thunderwolf Cavalry on all these big units. Now, the nice thing about Thunderwolves, but also the bad thing, is they're mounted, but they're also on huge bases. So it's kind of difficult to get them around corners because they're on these big, fat 60mm bases, but they're also great at blocking the board. They take up so much real estate on the board. They are great for screens, actually, because they can spread out loads. And they're really chunky. They can spread out. They can just basically take over a lot of the board and deny your opponent getting close. But the problem is they struggle to get around building, you know? If you want to take 18 Thunderwolves, great. You're probably going to have is you're going to really struggle to hide them, which is not great, obviously. So it's great. You've got Portents of Wisdom to give a unit always reroll in advances, which is great. And obviously, if you can advance and charge, that's obviously super cool. You can fall back as well, which is obviously super good as well. If you do get tagged by something, you can pull back and charge back in. You know? You want a couple of Outrider squads with multi-melters for fire sport and actions. Also true. Also true. So, you can take Fainting Withdrawal to let a unit fall back and shoot. So, you can take that like on the Primaris Chaplain with a unit of Outriders with an ATV, which would be quite nice. And then you can take a bunch of Thunderwolves with the Wolf Lords and let them be your hammer, and the Outriders kind of be a little bit more tricksy. It's great. It's great. But yeah, it's just the Space Wolf detachment. That's all we've got there, you know? Take a bunch of Thunderwolves, take a bunch of Wolf Lords, take Logan Grimnar if you really want to. But then you can take all the decent Space Marine stuff. Playing it as Space Wolves just gives you access to actual mounted units, because White Scars are... there's no units, you know? How many mounted units are there in this book? Is it only the Outriders and the Primaris Chaplain? I'm pretty sure it is, you know? I was looking at the Fire Strike Servitor it was, just to like really like copium, really stretching the book there, trying to find another mounted unit. But I'm pretty sure it is only the Outriders and the ATVs. You know? And if you're going to take this sort of stuff with like an enhancement as well, you want to max the squad and get the maximum potential out of it. Yeah, it's only Outriders. So Outrider ATV, yeah. But you can take ATVs in an Outrider squad now. So like Thunderwolves basically just open up this box that's actually usable, because otherwise you're only taking like 2 types of units. Rubbish. But all the stratagems are really, really strong. Really, really good. So, anyway, we've got 2 more to do. We got the Vanguard Spearhead. This one is pretty interesting. Father Logan in this sled is indeed mounted. Yeah, so all the Space Force units are all mounted, but nothing else is. It's only 700 points, so an 18 plus Thunderwolf cavalry. Oh, that is cheap. That is cheap, actually. That is quite cheap. Do I want to go out and buy a bunch of Thunderwolves? War gear abilities. Can they all take Storm Shields? Yeah, you can give them all Storm Shields. They got 4+ Invuln as well. Oh, man. Maybe I'm a Space Wolf player. I love the Space Wolf lore. Anyone want to lend me 18 Space Wolves? Thunderwolves, even. Okay, let's talk about Vanguard Spearhead. Now, this one is the sneaky Raven Guard version of it. It's actually the same as the old Raven Guard detachment ability that they had in 9th edition. -1 to hit over 12, benefit of cover as well, which is obviously really good. Now, this one is going to be the toolbox version. This one's going to benefit the most when you're running things that are a little bit more tricksy, you know. This one's going to really open up if you really play into the tricksiness of it. But in someone who's trying to run this as like brute force, it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work, really. So, you've got a bunch of really interesting stratagems that allow you to be really tricksy. Like, you've got Guerrilla Tactics, which is 2 Phobos or Scout Squad or 1 other infantry unit. Pick up a unit at the end of your opponent's turn and put them in strategic reserves. And, you know, as I was saying when I'm playing Death Watch, when I was playing Grey Knights, being able to pick up units and then deep strike, not deep strike here, but when you're able to pick up units and put them back into reserve, it's going to be like, it's going to open up so much for playing the board and keeping your units out of danger. Now, it's Phobos units or any infantry unit. Now, you could pick up things that do have deep strike and they can come down. You know, they can deep strike instead because it just puts you in strategic reserve. But when you're in reserve, you can arrive with any ability you have. You know? So anything that has deep strike can disappear and come back down, which is really good. Obviously, you can choose multiple Phobos units or eliminators that are in danger. You can pull them off and then bring them back on. Suppressors, are they Phobos? No, they're not. But again, because it's any unit, you take some Rights of Battle captains down. You can pick up any two units a turn and then bring them back down. You know? You can also, with Calculated Feint, you can also disappear with Phobos or Scout Squads. Now, this does a lot of this. It's kind of like focusing on the Scout Squads. I do think the Scouts are really piss poor, to be honest. I don't think people are going to be taking Scouts anymore. I don't think you're going to see them. But this one, again, it's just going to be playing the mission a lot better than your opponent can. And that's kind of how you win and lose games. Being able to play the mission better than your opponent can. Obviously, you've got, like, a Deadly Prize is an interesting one because it's kind of like the old mines of Incursors, but it gives you sticky objectives, which is nice. If you're wanting to like disappear with units and your opponent can't like respond with like their own deep strike or their own fast moving units, you can kind of like put something on the back of your board in your deployment zone, drop your mine with the Deadly Prize, and then disappear again because you'll hold that objective. It's obviously really good in like games where you've got to like hold objectives at the end game and stuff like that. There's obviously that mission we played yesterday where it's like hold 1, hold 2, or hold 1, hold more, sorry, or something like that. But then at the end of the game, you actually score 5 points for every objective you hold, up to a maximum of 15. So being able to stick your objectives is super nice for that. Really, really nice. So you obviously still got Armor of Contempt because every detachment has Armor of Contempt. You can give any unit precision, which is... It's alright. It's alright, you know. Strike from the Shadows. You basically choose a unit that's selected to shoot. There's not been selected to shoot. Each time only your unit makes a ranged attack that attacks enemy unit that is more than 12 away, improve the ballistic skill and AP by 1. If one or more units are destroyed, they must take a battle shock. That's a really good stratagem on basically every unit in the army. Every infantry unit, you know. Except for Venice Marines, fully enough. So, like, you think, like, what was I going to say? Desolation squads, you know? Like, Desolation squads with their fucking strength 10 rockets, they suddenly get +1 AP and +1 ballistic skill. So they're hitting on 2s. So they've got heavy, so they're hitting on 1s. So they're going to ignore modifiers. Because they're going to add 1 to hit, essentially. Ignore a -1 modifier. But giving them extra AP, so they're going to be like AP3. You give them Plunge and Fire, they could become AP4. Which is obviously really nice. Eradicators could be quite... No, Eradicators are a bit short range. They're going to be quite close. But if something starts moving away, you're going to get that extra AP, which is cool. The ballistic skill is the main one. Devastators are quite nice because now you're... Because Devastators are great, but they're only ballistic skill 4 with a lot of guns like the Grav Cannons. You can give them +1 to hit, essentially, which is nice. And then they're heavy, so they get +2 to hit, essentially. But you can't, like, benefit more than that. But, you know, being able to ignore a modifier is nice. Also, free radio Armageddon thanks to £1.64. Phobos teleporting, so you break it up with Grey Knights. Now, Grey Knights are great. I've had fun with Grey Knights, but Space Marines are my army, right? Grey Knights are fun, but Space Marines are the boys. You know, I've always been a Space Marine player. Can you use Venture's ability to grant a unit Deep Strike, then use that strat to pull that unit from the board and re-Deep Strike? That's a great question. I believe so. I'm sure Mike Paints Red will tell me I'm wrong in a minute. But yeah, with Uriel Ventress, it's during declare battle, the battle formations. During the declare battle formations, if your army includes this model, select one adept to start his infantry model. That unit gains the Deep Strike ability. So I don't see why not. I don't see why not, because you could be able to pick up any unit using guerrilla tactics and then Deep Strike it again later using the Deep Strike ability. Thanks, Mike. So that is obviously really, really good. So again, being able to pick up and put down again is great. Anything that Deep Strikes, like Terminators. Terminators are really slow. Imagine picking them up and putting them back down next turn again. It's going to be great. What else have you got? You got Calculated Retreat. Again, you can make a normal move if you declared as a charge. Surgical Strike. So all the strategies are really good. I'm just going to remind myself of the enhancements, because I can't remember what they were. It's been a while since I've read this one. You got Move, Shoot, Move on a Phobos model, which is nice. Obviously great on, like, Librarian Phobos. Phobos Librarian, which is nice, because obviously you can shoot and then hide again with the Infiltrators. You can give a unit Lone Operative. The new combi weapon Lieutenant rules are really interesting. The Lieutenant from Leviathan is arguably one of the best characters in the book now, because his ability has gone from choose an objective, everyone within 6 rerolls 1 to wound, and obviously when you had Oath of Moment, not great. Now it's choose an objective, everybody rerolls 1 to wound while he's alive, and he has Lone Operative. Lieutenant combo weapon. The start of the first battle round, if your army includes one or more models with this ability, select an objective. Until the end of the battle, while one or more models with this ability are on the battlefield, each time the detonator starts his model makes an attack against that unit within range of the unit within range of that objective marker, reroll a wound roll of 1. You don't have to be anywhere near him, which is great, you know? Really, really good. So, you can use him, choose an objective, everybody gets reroll 1 to wound. He's Lone Operative, so can't get targeted from long range away. They're just a decent unit. They're just being able to give out reroll wounds. Anything that can reroll wounds or has Twin Link these days is going to be a lot better in Space Marines compared to everything else. Now, again, we don't have points for anything. I feel like a lot of units really need to come down in points, because Oath of Moment was keeping Space Marines at a solid 40% win rate. So without Oath of Moment, it's going to be really bad. So, but yeah, also, you do have Vect with a Shadow War Veteran. So after your opponent uses stratagem, you can increase the cost by 1. So, have I missed something? You can pick up a drop bot and read deep strike it. Obviously no, because it's infantry only. But yeah, there's this one feels really toolboxy. And actually, there was a list that went top 8 this weekend. The Raven Guard list. By... Let me find it. It's loading. I'm on BCP. It's a big event. Oliver Weiss ran a Raven Guard list this weekend at the London Grand Tournament. Now, this list actually starts to get a little bit interesting with the Vanguard Spearhead, you know. Now, this has obviously got... It's got 6 aggressors. It's got the biologists with bolted discipline. This isn't going to work. And there's some other things in here as well. It's got scout squads, which aren't going to work, and land speeders. It's got 2 scouts and a land speeder. But it's got 10 Vanguard veterans, 3 whirlwinds, and Shrike. Now, Shrike is pretty good. He's got stealth, so he's going to give the unit -1 to hit as well. So 2 -1s to hit over 12, which means you can't be +1 to hit to ignore it, essentially. It gives them lone operative over 12. So even so, it doesn't need benefit of cover. Your unit cannot be targeted by range attacks unless the attacking model is within 12. And at the end of your opponent's turn, if he's not within engagement range, you can pick up that unit and put it into strategic reserve. So this guy can do it for free, okay? He can do it for free, which is really good. So then you can pick up Shrike and his unit, and then up to 2 Phobos or another unit for free using a stratagem with rights of battle, and then pick up another unit. So you can pick up to 5 units if you played this properly. Shrike, and then 4 Phobos units, which is really cool. It's a little bit hard to do to use the free one on 2 different units, but there are ways. There are ways to do it. So like Shrike is really nice. He's obviously got precision. He's twin linked. He's strength 5 -2/2, and then he can disappear again at the end of your turn or any opponent's turn. So yeah, it's all end of opponent's turn. But like, you've got all these little tricks. Now, obviously, you have put a unit into reserve. Those aggressors that are a little bit slow can go into strategic reserve later, then arrive back on the board, because they're going to be running around in the Land Raider Redeemer, which is great. But once they've got out the Land Raider the Redeemer's died, or they're in a position which really shit, they could just be taken off the board and put down somewhere else. They don't actually need the Apothecary anymore, unless you wanted to. Give them the Blade-Driven Deep, which is any infantry model that can take it. While the bearer's leading the unit, models in that unit have the Infiltrator's ability. So what you can actually do is infiltrate 6 aggressors. Which, if you do go first, is going to be pretty fire. If you go second, it's going to be pretty sad. But taking Apothecary Biologist to give out lethal hits still, and then infiltrate 6 big fat boy aggressors, and then go first, is pretty funny. That is pretty funny, you know? But yeah, so like there's little bits like that that keep popping up, and it just seems to be aggressors. Anything with twin links is just good. Anything with twin links is just amazing. So it's like there's lots of little tricks you can start thinking about. Definitely. But also Ultra Minus, as you say, 10 Deathwing Knights. The one thing that a lot of people didn't realise, and I know we've already talked about Space Wolves, what a lot of people didn't realise on the build up to this is that this affects every index that's out, such as Dark Angels, Blood Angels, Space Wolves. So yeah, why don't we take like a Terminator Captain and 10 Deathwing Knights and infiltrate them? You know, put them in the middle of the board before the game starts. That is going to be such a ball ache for your opponent to deal with. It's not great. It's not great for your opponent. Your opponent is going to be really sad about this. He's gonna be really brutal. And you can still take Inceptors if you want to do that, and then pick up Inceptors and deep strike 3 away again. As I said, playing the mission, being able to deep strike 3 away and get deployed teleport homers every turn, being able to get behind enemy lines, you know. Pick up, put down is a really strong strategy. These guys can do it every single turn, you know, for 1 CP. So this one has a lot of tricks. It can have some raw output. If you put Terminators in cover before the game starts, if your opponent's over 12, the -1 to hit. Or they're just going to get cover anyway. So they're going to reduce AP by 1, unless it's AP 0. Chat, that's how cover works. So this one, toolboxy, really interesting. Okay? And I'm not keeping you because you've already overrun. So let's talk about the final detachment, okay? The final detachment of the evening is this. What's good in First Company Task Force? And this is the one that benefits a whole bunch of units. You basically get, in your command phase, you can use it, and you get reroll wounds against your oath target. And it's designed for Terminators, for Vanguard Veterans, for Blade Guard. Thanks for watching, everyone. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. And there is my review of the Space Marine Codex. Yeah. Yeah, it's shit. However, the Space Marine Codex is a really interesting one. Much like the Tyranid one, which is very much like out of place for Games Workshop rules writing. It feels like there's a lot of great combinations. Loads and loads of combinations. Nothing jumps out as the best one. It feels like a book of potential, you know. The Flamestorm, the Firestorm Assault Force, really good. Really good, you know. There's loads of cool tricks. You've got Assault everywhere. You've got Flamers that do cool shit. Really strong. You've got the Thunderwolf detachment. Feels really good, you know. Feels really strong. It feels like there's loads going on with it. And the Vanguard one feels really, really good. Even the Imperial Fist one and the Iron Hands one. Which Imperial Fist ones feel worse than the Iron Hands one, but it feels like there's a lot in there that you can go, actually, I feel like there's something to play with, which is great. But there's nothing that like goes, oh, take this one. Take this one all day. Which is what we want from a codex, because like codex has got to a point where it's kind of like, which is the best detachment? Cool, right? That's my personality now. But these are the first 2 codexes, and I've been relatively impressed with them. I've been pretty hyped for them. You know, they've been pretty good. Will this remain? I don't know. I don't know. The early codexes in 9th edition were also really good. Okay? But like good as in like really well balanced, had a lot going for them. They felt really nice. But it's like we don't know. We don't know how long this is going to last, but it feels like Space Marines aren't going to feel very strong until someone goes, yeah, this is the best list in there, and everyone else copies it, because the lack of Oath of Moment rerolling wounds is going to really hamper the effectiveness of this army, like loads, because I don't know if they've done enough to address not having that without the book crashing in points. So I think a lot of the codex needs to come down in points, so things look quite interesting, but maybe not characters, because characters are really cheap, and the characters are where the book is, where the factions are kind of like where your army is gonna like be made or broken, essentially, you know. It's like the characters unlock so much, and obviously the indexes, the fancy indexes like Blood Angels and whatever, they are like. They open up so much, because the raw data sheet of a Space Marine on pretty much every unit is pretty poor unless it's an aggressor. So like that's what you kind of got to remember, is like the characters are going to really open things up for the army, But then the detachments do a lot. They make the army play very differently. Because Firestorm Assault Force is going to play super differently to the Vanguard Spearhead. Spearhead doesn't sound right for Vanguard, but it's going to play super differently compared to the Vanguard Spearhead, which is a really nice position to be in. Do I know which one the best one is? No. Do I know what I'm taking to America? No. But I'm going to find out, and we're going to learn along the way. But it's great. It's really cool to see. It's really fun to see a great codex, okay? And like one that feels pretty well internally balanced. But do you know what else is great? My event at the end of the month that you can buy a ticket for. There's a link in the description or in the pinned comment. It's the Super All Stars. It's happening at the end of this month. I'm giving away cash prizes. Guys, I've bought some checks this big. Okay? Checks this big. Okay? It's 120 players, 5 types of terrain. We've got a bunch of sponsors that I'm excited to announce. This month is all about the Hellstorm Super All-Stars that's happening on the 28th and 29th. Lots of fun stuff happening. We've got an invitational with 8 of the best players that I've ever seen with my own eyeballs playing on the Saturday. And we've got a bunch of amazing people playing all weekend. But you could be there by buying a ticket today. Or if you can't make it, we will be live streaming the entire thing. So there you go. There's my review of the Space Marine Codex. What do you reckon? Overran a little bit, but that's fine. That's fine, I think. I'm pretty hyped for it. I just don't know what the best bit is. That's my problem. You know? I don't know what the best bit is. I don't know what to do with myself. But this week, this Friday, I'm actually going to be playing it again. I might try out the Vanguard Spearhead. I might try and build something a little bit tricksy. WhatsApp. There's no WhatsApp. There's a mission pack. It's on the Facebook page, I think. There'll be an email for attendees this week, I'm hoping. I've been trying to collect everyone's emails. But trying to collect 120 emails is pretty cringe. Whilst trying to do other stuff. Writes checks for one millionth of a penny. I'll write it in millionths of a pennies. How's that? Like 5,000 millionths pennies. Good review. I'll watch the battle report and decide whether to go back to Marines for All Stars. I think the battle report like really showed like some of the real strong points of the Firestorm Assault Force, but not a like a super competitive optimized list for it. Because I think that's just like a pretty good like showing of like these are all the tricks that you have available. Get ready to have some fun type deal. Were there much changes to the date sheets and the index? So there's a couple of main ones. Obviously, I mentioned at the start of the stream. Like the Scouts and the Hailstrike, which you can rewind to. A couple of characters got changed, like the Lieutenant. Obviously, I've mentioned that one as well. He's a Lieutenant from Leviathan. He's a lot better now. The Torgaradon lost lethal hits to the unit. And Sternguard don't shoot twice anymore. They get, I think it's reroll 1s to wound against the target of Oath of Moment. Which arguably comes up a lot more than once per game shooting twice. Oh, it's every turn they'll benefit from that. Each time model makes a unit against your Oath of Moment target, reroll a wound roll of 1. So yeah, so they're like the big ones. Which is pretty nice. Thanks to the street. Sorry, I dropped a couple of spiders. No, it's fine, mate. It's funny. Vanguard Veterans got a name change on their melee weapons. I'm trying to think of... Terminator's slightly changed as well. They +1 to hit against the Oath target, but they don't ignore all modifiers as well. Which is a little bit different. Trying to think of any other ones I've spotted. The problem is with the Space Marine, there's so many fucking data sheets that you might miss it. Technically, you can take Desolation Squads and units to 10 if you just use this codex, because they've got the old points in it. I'm just having a flick through, see if I can like jog my memory a little bit. Do Predators have a Strength 14 twin link las cannon? Yes. I think they're like the main ones. The more datasheet changes than Nids had. Yeah, they're like the main ones. If you bought the datasheet cards, a few of them will be out of date, but it's enough that you can like write it on with a pen type deal, you know? They're going to get scuffed up anyway, so just write on them. Vindicators in Firestorm. Potentially. Vindicators in Firestorm. Because of the +1 strength. Pretty funny. I feel like I've kind of... Let's have a look. What strength for the Demolisher Cannon? Strength 15 if you're within 12. That would be quite funny. Does the Codex have pictures of the scouts? Yeah. Whirlwind in Firestorm. Not that great. Why would your Whirlwinds be within 12? Suppose they could advance and shoot, but they don't need to move. Are you wanting like a showcase picture of some scouts? Is that what we're referring to? Because they obviously have it on the index. The standstill one. What do you mean the standstill one? The standstill whirlwind? I don't know what you mean, bro. Firestorm Venture's 6th Centurions had to be so strong. Yeah, Mike, I won't lie, mate. It has been on my my ideas, to be honest. Been in my ideas. I don't know where the scouts are. Oh, the Imperial Fist attachment. The Whirlwind isn't heavy. The thing is, what you got to remember now is like the heavy is actually dotted around quite infrequently, to be honest. You know? It's actually not as common as you think. Like, even like las cannons aren't heavy a lot of the time. It's mostly infantry weapons have heavy, you know? Like a repulsor, the last Talon it doesn't have a heavy weapon. The Land Raider Crusader doesn't have a heavy weapon. The Land Raider doesn't have a heavy weapon. The Predators don't have heavy. If it stays still, it gets heavy on too. Yeah, but the Whirlwind isn't heavy. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the Whirlwind isn't heavy. It's blasting indirect. It's not heavy. That's what I'm trying to say, mate. It's like, there's actually not a great deal that's heavy. It's mostly infantry. Like, the Devastators have heavy weapons. Grav cannons are heavy. Heavy bolters are heavy. Las cannons are heavy. Missile launchers are heavy. Plasma. Actually, all the big weapons are heavy for Devastators. Hellblasters have heavy. Eradicators have heavy. Desolation squads also have heavy. But nothing else. Doesn't that attachment give all weapons heavy? Oh, shit. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, my apologies. Also, Tim Ward, thank you so much for coming member, brother. Yeah, you're right. My apologies. Yeah, because they gain heavy, so they'll be hitting on 2s with artillery. You're right. Ah, shit. That's it. The problem is when I think of detachments, I think of all of the buff. I think of all of the... I've been thinking about all of the buff. You know, they don't get +1 to wound when they remain stationary because they're not heavy. No, you're right. So no, they're not heavy. They gain heavy, so they'll be hitting on 2s. They just don't get the +1 to wound. That's why I was confused. That's why I was confused. My apologies. Yeah, you're right. Artillery hitting on 2s. That is actually quite good. The same could be said for Desolation Squad, because they'll also hit on 2s with their Castellan launchers. But you won't get +1 to hit. +1 to wound. Yeah, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't consider that, actually. The problem is the detachment's good at killing stuff, but you need to move and then kill stuff. So if you don't move, your opponent just kills you. Well, if you don't move, you hide in, but you're not killing anything, and then your opponent just kills you in return. Dread standing still. But the Dread don't want to stand still, do they, really? That's the thing. Yeah, your army's going to be BS2 if you stand still, or hitting on 2s if you stand still. But the real benefit is the +1 to wound, and there's actually not a great deal that is naturally heavy. You know? It's like Devastators, and that's about it. Devastators and Eradicators are the ones that really benefit from the detachment. So, that's why I was confused. My apologies, mate. That's why I was saying you were wrong when you weren't. Anvil is classic. Kill everything but lose points on lose on points detachment. Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like, I'm going to bring all my tanks, because I'm... You never guess who I suggested Anvil today to. I didn't. I told him not to. But it's like, I'm going to bring all my tanks. It's all right, you know? But then again, a lot of it doesn't really. Just like, oh yeah, hit on 2s. Like, cool. Like, if you want to do that, take Ironstorm. It's way better. Tom, no. He's big and he's yellow. So, yeah, there's lots of interesting things. Some things that I started playing when I first started playing 10th edition and got the Space Marine Index. Some things that I was like kind of like looking at, I was like, this isn't great. I've started to reconsider again, because there's like the way that it can interact with the codex is really different, which is great. Really, really good in my opinion. So, yeah. Warrior Radio, yeah, mate. It's in the playlist. I should probably pin my playlist. I'd love to do like a playlist suggestion stream, but I feel like people just like send me like really copyrighted songs. But yeah, I have like a stream music playlist, so you probably hear it all the time. How do you share? Oh, there it is. I'll post my playlist in the Discord. But yeah, I think that's pretty much all I can say about the codex. I'm playing it against Josh on Friday, which is super cool. Wednesday we're going to be working on terrain and probably just talking about Space Marines. And just prepare. I'm just essentially, this month is tournament month. You know, it's kind of like, it's a bit annoying because I'm like, I just want to paint Space Marines now. But this month is all about prep for the end of the month, because I've still got quite a bit to do. But I'm really excited for it. But like, there's just like a lot on, so it's like, yeah. Overall, do you like it? Was Oath's nerf compensated well for? No. No, but I did kind of say that. The Oath nerf will only be compensated for if a lot of the units that don't have been linked don't get cheaper. If they don't get cheaper, the bookie's going to struggle. There are going to be ways to do well with it, but like, you look at like the win rate of Space Marines, and it's just like 40%, because like, they're really hard to play. But you don't want Space Marines to have, you don't want to see Space Marines have like a 50% win rate, which that means they're really good, but because of loads of people play them. So Space Marines will always have a lower win rate, and that's fine. But like, you want them to have like a decent win rate, you know? Space Marines are decent now, just the Gladius Task Force, which I haven't actually mentioned, but it's the same. So it's kind of like, but yeah, nothing jumps out. Nothing crazy jumps out, but I think there's a lot of tricks in there. I don't know. You don't talk about first company detachment. I did a meme. Did you not see? I did this, and then this. Because it's bad. It's the worst detachment in the book. So, if you think about running first company, just run Gladius. So, first company is just the detachment ability does nothing for like 9 turns of the game. You're playing a 10-turn game, and the detachment affects 1 turn. It's really shit. So, it's a good meme reviews. I was thinking about going. I've overrun. I'm 36 minutes over the stream. Well done. Well done, mate. That's why you wanted a meme review. Do they not affect 2 turns? And until the end of your turn, or is it for the battle round? But even so, it's shit. But it literally doesn't matter. Wait, until you start your next command phase. But what we're saying then is that the first company detachment affects 2 turns because you failed to kill it in your own turn. But yes, here we go. This is why I wanted to take meme review. And then there's Magoo. Shooting down my ideas. Mike Paint Reds proves Mikey wrong. Mikey when he breaks a codex. Ooh, no need to thank me. The first company rule is really bad. It's the only one that's a one-time use. If it was like you reroll wounds against your oath target, it'd be like super interesting because you'd lose the doctrines and gladius, but you'd gain the other stratagems. I think the stratagems are probably alright. It's just the detachment ability is so poor. +1 to hit and wound is great, you know. What else you got? Sticky objectives, okay. Re-teleport Terminators, obviously really good. We've spoke about that one. So pick up and put down Terminators. And they're -1 damage, which is obviously really good on Deathwing Terminators, because then it's -2 damage. So the strats aren't bad. Everything else is just shit. Everything else is just shit. Grey Days finally understanding how cover works. My god. I get it. Grey Name says Mikey's wrong. They reference exactly where he's wrong. Yeah, that was the painful bit. Page 17, fucking dickwad. Anyway. I still don't get it. One day I will. Basically, if you've got a 3+ armor save, it's kind of like Armor of Contempt. Think about cover as Armor of Contempt for 3+ save. But then obviously you've got like anything that's not got a 3+ save gets +1 save. It just works ever so slightly differently, so people didn't get it. Also, about cover, people kept saying that it doesn't work for 2+ save, when it does, just not for AP0. People were saying, oh, because I've got a 2+ save, you can't get cover, which isn't true. You just can't get cover against AP0. And then people like didn't quite get that, and it turned into a bit of a meme. But then, sadly, the whole point was like ignored or just thrown out the window because the strategy we're talking about doesn't functionally work for the unit it's designed for. So Anyway, I've overran. Tonight's been fun. I'm going to be taking a lot of the clips from today and turning it into a video, but the video is going to contain some lists. Because I did lists last time and everyone complained, said it was shit. So I couldn't be asked to do that live. And also, I didn't know what to write the list for, because I kind of showed off the list I would kind of run and the ideas with the Firestorm. So we're going to call it a day there, chat, to be honest. It's been fun. It's been emotional. Very emotional. How would you roll that? How would you roll that all-star, just as discussed today? How would I roll what? Sorry, I might be misunderstanding the question. I must have said, don't forget it's a chat delay, so my apologies. Which bit are you referring to? Oh, the Redemptor. Wait, the Redemptor. Currently doesn't work. If Games Workshop do an FAQ, fine. But the Redemptor, technically, it just doesn't affect your save. As it only affects against Death Guard. So, for like things that are like functionally don't work at all, I do step in and change it. But for things that do work but don't feel right, I try not to. I just let Games Workshop be the bad guy rather than me coming in. And just like changing it for the sake of it, because it's like, well, that should work, but it's like, it's not my place to be like, yeah, that should work. We play the book as is, you know. So, oh wait, why are Redemptors good again in the detachment or just in general? There's a really, really strong stratagem in the Iron Storm detachment. I'd suggest you rewind and have a look, mate, because it's quite funny at the time. But if you want to see a list in action, please go and watch my battle report, as I've linked multiple times. It was a really fun one. It's a really, really fun game. It's neck and neck all the way through. And I'm not just saying, oh, it's a fun game because I've made it. It is a really fun game because it's neck and neck all the way through. It'd be really cool if you haven't seen it already. So please go and check it out. That'd be really cool of you. So thanks so much for watching. Thanks for hanging out a little bit later than normal. We did an extra 40 minutes. I'm going to be back Wednesday morning for the morning news. At normal time at 10:15, and we're going to be talking about painting, talking about tournament things, talking about little bits of news and stuff like that. It's going to be fun. You're going to watch the event on the 14th. I am, mate, yeah, but we'll talk about a bit more about that next week because people will remember then. I'll mention it on the Monday stream. So thanks so much for watching, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Please go watch the battle report if you haven't seen it already. Thanks for supporting me. There's been a bunch of gifted members and memberships and donations today. It's been amazing. I could take a week off nearly. It's amazing. So yeah, and also I know I didn't bring it up, but sorry for missing the stream on Friday. I was like, I had an idea and the first idea fell through, and then the next idea I had also I couldn't quite get working in time. I did share a video for members to see the concept, which I thought was pretty cool, but I just need a little bit more time to fix it. So but yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Please watch the game. I love you all, and I'll catch you Wednesday. Bye. Don't forget Friday's battle report. Bye.